Hey guys, I'm doing another R&R Ramblings and Recommendations, and this is on films. This is kind of a special edition that I'm gonna call Underrated Gems, because these are movies that I think never really got the recognition they deserved because they're just really good movies. Most of these are either straight to DVD or B movies. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to talk about is Dirty Girl. And I had to watch this movie because it has one of my favorite actresses, Juno Temple, who is also my woman crush. And that's her right here. In this movie, she plays a young woman named Danielle who basically has a really crappy home life and never had a father around. And she goes on this amazing adventure with this guy that she meets in one of her remedial classes at high school, and she goes to find her father, and it's just a really beautiful story. I watched this and I bawled my eyes out. Like, you can't watch this and not cry, and if you do, then you have no soul. Okay, and the next one, this was another straight to DVD. I think a lot more people know about this one, though, because it had a bigger name actress in it, which is Emma Roberts, and this is the movie Wild Child. This movie is so funny. It is so cheesy and so funny, and I just love it. I've seen this movie so many times. Basically, she is a little rich girl who acts out, and her father says, "That's it. I'm sending you to boarding school in England." And it's basically just like her trying to get used to it and her learning how to be a better person. But it's so funny. Like, it's hilarious. Everyone should watch this film. And it's also got Juno Temple in it. But yeah, and all of the people that she ends up becoming friends with there, they're just really good actresses. So yeah, really good film. I got another sentimental type movie right here. This was a straight to DVD. Kind of one of those movies that it's not a documentary, but it is presented as if it were a documentary. I don't know what those would technically be called, but you know. So this is Kids in America. I heard about this movie and it just sounded amazing. Basically, it is about this group of kids who try to change their entire school because their principal is this horrible, evil lady who is homophobic and obnoxious and like doesn't believe in teaching anyone, sex ed or anything. And she's just a really horrible person, and she's trying to go up in ranks and become, I think it's the district's superintendent. And basically, they do a bunch of rallying together and they try to change it. And the great thing about this story is it's actually based off of stories that a bunch of high school students sent in to talk about some of the discrimination and the hateful stuff that happened to them in their high schools. This film moved me so much when I watched it, and I was just like, more people need to see this. I've already made like 8 of my friends watch this, and I probably will never stop that because it's just so good and so beautifully done. I just really liked it. So everyone should definitely watch it. The next one is, I would call it a dark comedy. It's Wrist Cutters, and it is funny and weird and beautiful all at once. I don't know, it's just a really interesting film. Basically, both of these people committed suicide. And instead of going to heaven or hell or wherever they thought the afterlife was, they ended up going someplace that was exactly like the real world. But all the people were dead. But they still had to wake up every morning and go to some crappy job and like all this other stuff. And these two meet and fall in love. And it's just, I don't know, whoever came up with this is so amazing. But yeah, watch it. Now, this other one is an older movie. I'm not sure exactly when it came out. By old, I mean it's more than 10 years old. But this movie is so stupid and so silly, and I just love it. It's Sugar and Spice. Basically, this girl right here is a head cheerleader, and she falls in love with the transfer student who is like the leader of the football team, and she gets pregnant. And to make sure that her baby will have a good future, she decides that her and the rest of her cheerleading squad are going to rob a bank. So it's hilarious, and it's just such a silly and awesome film. You just have to watch it to like understand why it's so awesome. And it's just funny. And the last one, I saved this one for last because I literally tracked down this movie. It was so hard to find. I think you can get it like pretty easily now. When I first heard about it, it was so hard to find, and I literally like looked everywhere on the internet and finally found it, and I had to pay like a whole lot extra for it. I ended up paying like $26 for this movie, but I didn't care because I wanted to see it so bad. This is the original Repo. Now, everyone, when they hear Repo, they think of that movie that came out like 2 years ago or something, called like Repo Men. No. They stole that idea from this movie, and this movie is way better anyway. This is Repo the Genetic Opera. This movie is fantastic. Like, there's no getting past it. This movie is a horror, comedy, musical. Yes, it's all three of those. It is a horrific idea with dark comedy, with music thrown in, and I love it. It is like the strangest, most amazing thing I've ever seen. And basically, this man right here is the Repo Man. And it's set in the future. I think it's 2121 maybe? I don't know. Sometime in the future, there is a huge epidemic of organ failures. And this place called Gene Co. pops up and starts selling people organs so that they can live. And obviously, organs are expensive, so people kind of like have to make payments every month, like it was a house or something. And if you don't make your payment, if your payment is late, they send the Repo Man to repossess the organ that you have. So literally, he goes around cutting organs and stuff out of people and taking them back to Gene Co. because it is their property. And the owner of Gene Co. has like these 3 super friggin' weird kids. One of them is actually Paris Hilton. And then Alexa Vega plays the daughter of the Repo Man, who is very sick. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, and I know I mentioned before that I love musicals, especially because of like costumes and stuff, since I get really inspired by that stuff, since I do a lot of photography. This thing is amazing. Like, the costumes and stuff these people are wearing, it's crazy. It's just a crazy good movie. Everyone should watch it. And, like, I mean, like, you should get it now. But, yeah, this movie came out, I believe, in 2008 or 2009, and it was based off of a comic book by the man who actually promoted the idea of the film. And he had to do it on a very small budget, but it's still so amazing. And I believe since 2010 they have been circulating like a Kickstarter and a petition to have the second one made, because there's actually, in the comic books, there would be 3 separate movies. But yeah, it's 2013 now, and I'm still like, where is it? I want the second and third one to come out so bad. I just want to know what happens. So, yeah, if you see that floating around, you should definitely sign it, and you should definitely donate. So, yeah, that's it for today. I'll do another film one hopefully soon. I know it was like 3 months between my R&Rs, and I'm just like, oh, maybe I should make one of those. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye!